Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Austin, and today we're working on the RamCharger again. We're actually hopefully going to install the Kilmat in this video, but we're doing a little bit of prep. Let me show you what I've done, and then we'll go from there. All right, so far, and it may not look like it on camera, but it was a lot worse. We cleaned this out, got all the carpet off of the wheel wells because they glued it in 87. I don't know when they started it or stopped it, but that's what they did. Washed out the interior of this except for the floor pans up there, driver and passenger side. I'm gonna do those by hand. I don't want to get any of the electronics, the fuse box hanging from behind the dash. Don't want to get that wet or anything back behind there. Could be a wiring mess, and I don't want to deal with it. So everything works still after pressure washing this out. I did notice a couple little rust spots. There's a couple here. I was starting to see some rust come up around these seams. So I went ahead and ripped up the seam sealer, and it's just surface rust, so that's good. We can clean that up, and I think we should be able to just put the Kilmat straight over top of it. Same here. Again, just surface rust. I am going to remove the, I guess this would be the support for the spare tire. They put them right back here in the corner. I have an idea of where I want to put it, and it's not there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that because, I mean, why would I want that in my way? Go ahead and remove that and give me a little more space back here in this back right corner. And then we can see here we have a little bit of substantial rust, but I think if I can maybe come in here and cut, I don't really want to do that because that is, I would say, semi-structural, but I mean, I'm not an engineer, so I can't approve or deny or agree or let you know if that's true or not. So, yeah, so I got to work on cleaning that up. So that's where I'm at right now. I just got to clean this stuff all back up, put some Evaporust to hopefully clean up the surface rust, drill out the support, and we should be ready to start putting in some Kilmat today. Well, tomorrow for me, and same video for you guys. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Alrighty, so now we got everything cleaned up, did the Evaporust, did a light sand job on the little spots that had more rust. This came out all right. I'm going to pull that up here in a little bit. You can see, well, maybe not. I did a little rough sand here. I don't know if that's recommended by Kilmat to do. But I did a little rough sand so that it's not just all smooth edges. It is still pretty smooth though. It's pretty cleaned up, and I think we're ready to start laying down some of that Kilmat over here. Alrighty, so it is the next day, and as you guys can see, we cleaned that up and painted over it with some rust preventative. Do I have that can close? I think I may. Got this rust barrier stuff on there, so it said you didn't have to do that, but we did it anyway. It was cleaned before, and I re-cleaned most of the areas with the exception of the freshly painted stuff last night. So we should be able to start putting the Kilmat down. This should be super easy. I do still need to remove that and spray under there. So this corner is going to wait because I have to, fix some of that. But they said once it's fresh metal, you could just place it down. So we're going to start working on this side of the vehicle, work our way up, and we'll go from there. But we're definitely going to be getting rid of all those sounds. As you guys can see, mocking up the center console up there just to see where it would sit. And it sits almost perfectly where I want it to be. But that'll be a different video. So it's time to start laying down some Kilmat. They tell you to wear gloves. I think it's more for just cleaning purposes, using the mineral spirits, or they say white spirits. Same thing from what I found. So installation guide comes with each box. The tool, I don't believe, comes with each box. Neither does the knife or the marker. So something to think about when you are going to start putting the stuff in. But with this nice windy day, let's go ahead and start installing some Kilmat. Alrighty, so it has been a little while since we've done those time lapses you guys just saw. Now, a lot has changed on the inside of this RamCharger, okay? A lot of work has gone into it. I'm not the best YouTuber in the world, so it hasn't all been recorded. It happens, you know, it does. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what the inside of this RamCharger looks like with 2 2/3 of a box of Kilmat. Boxes of, it's plural. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and open this up real quick. And look at that. Look at that. Nice and silvery. Got the Kilmat name all throughout the RamCharger. You will notice that this one is completely silver. That one is not. They are both 200% Kilmat covered, so they're covered with 2 layers. And they just need to be covered up with the aluminum tape or the foil tape. Now, as per the Kilmat instructions, they tell you to do that on the seams. So all the X's are joints of different panels. So I came back here and got all that stuff done. Just needs to be done to these other wheel well here, and it's really just to prevent vapor and a little bit of noise, but it's negligible. The vapor, cool, but keeping the heat inside would be nice before it tries to permeate into the Kilmat itself. Was my thought behind it. They also had it in the instructions, so that's what I did. Now, it took a long time to do this. A lot of work. And let me go up to the front, and I'll show you a little bit of why it took so long to get this Kilmat all put in here. All right, so up here in the front, a little more complex. I guess there's a couple more bends and stuff. The real reason is this. So this is the roller, and as you guys can see, I haven't done it up on this part yet, and I'll move this out of the way, and I'll show you a little demonstration. So you guys can see, Kilmat, before it's been pressed down, you roll your roller over it, and make sure all the bubbles get squeezed out, and that's kind of what it looks like, nice flat with the little ribbing from the tool. And that's what they tell you to do. You lay it down, stick it down, and then do that. That little tool, I mean, you're doing, well, you've got a tape measure right here. How many, how much? An inch? You're doing only about an inch. Yeah, so you have to roll out a inch worth of area the whole time. So it's tedious work. It's time consuming. It is a little painful, I'll be honest, but it'll pay off. And I already know that it's paying off because it doesn't sound like we're in a metal can. Now, I guess this is still just a big metal can, but it'll sound a lot nicer. The acoustics are actually pretty good. I was out here working the other day, and I had a speaker system in here, like a portable one. Really good sound. I loved it. As you guys can see, we do have the center console in. It's not fully mounted in. The back is. And the front is just sitting here. It still needs a bolt up here in the front, maybe 2 right here on this front edge. And then I have to worry about that front plate that's going to go here and, you know, extend it to about here. But I also need to figure out that little part. Again, not super important. Carpet might, you know, cover up that area or not make it as noticeable. And it may just do that. I don't know yet, but center console is centered to the doors, which means there is the exact same amount of room for the seats on each side. I have test fitted the old seat and seat bracket. They both work. They both fit in here. Let me say that. They both fit in here, and they look good with the center console. There's the armrest of the old seat and the center console, so there's not much difference. It looks great. It already sounds amazing, and I'm kind of already in love with it. Would I recommend doing the Kilmat? Yeah. I mean, it's done a lot already. But did everything by the book for what Kilmat instructed us to do. Cleaned everything, as you guys saw at the beginning. We wiped everything down. We covered up rust. We cleaned up rust. We covered up the rust with a rust preventative. And this is where we're at. Now, there are still little pieces of the trans tunnel I have to do. It's cutting and sticking and aluminum foil taping and rolling. It's hard work. I promise it's not an easy task. But again, I'm saying it again, it's worth it. Another quick thing I wanted to point out here is the 4x4 shift boot. I know I'm kind of all over the place, over there, over here, over there. People were telling me on the, I had like 1 or 2 people on the RamCharger forums tell me, hey, that's overkill. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We don't know yet. But I thought I would go super overkill, and that's the 4x4 shift lever. And usually there's a big hole under here. You can kind of see with the outline there. And all it is just a shift boot that goes over top of it. Now, let me show you guys real quick. A little 4x4 shift boot, okay? I probably need to clean it up before we go too far into putting that all back into the RamCharger. Make it look nice and pretty. But the big hole, and I was like, is it overkill? I made a post on the RamCharger forum on Facebook, and I said, is it overkill? Somebody pointed out something very, very smart that I didn't think of when I was doing this. It'll protect the inside of that boot that we just looked at from any kind of debris coming off the road surface or exhaust gases or anything. This should be a really good fix for that. And this is a PVC mat that you can, or it's supposed to be used as a shower floor pan liner so that water doesn't go down and, silly cat, doesn't go down and mess up the flooring underneath the shower floor pan. So that's cool. That's cool, you know, and it's in there, and I'm happy. All the cats are hanging out with me today, and that's a rare occasion. But with all of that said, we are going to be bringing the RamCharger down to Santa's workshop to get some work done on the RamCharger. We will be working on putting the carpet in and getting it all tacked down. We may also have to glue in the wheel tub carpet or wheel well carpet, whatever you want to call it, because that's how the factory did it originally. So that's what we're going to do too. It's going to be a little bit of work, and we're going to make a video out of it, and we're going to hang out and have fun. And we're going to have to take a drive down there. That's going to be the fun part in the RamCharger. Now, tape's getting in my way. The RamCharger gets 8 to 12 miles to the gallon. It's a 30-gallon tank with gas prices ranging at $3.50 to $3.60. So we're probably looking at, and the fuel gauge doesn't work in this truck at all. So we're going to be playing a game of, will it last the whole time? And will it last the whole time back? I don't know. But we are definitely going to try it. But we'll see. We'll see. I will try to bring a gasket. It's not a gasket. It's a seal for the transmission, because we are leaking transmission fluid. And if I can ask Michael to let me use the lift and see if we can get under there and fix that, it'd be amazing, so I don't have to spend another $25 every couple of weeks to refill the trans, because that seal is really bad. It's leaking profusely. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Again, you guys saw us at the beginning of the video. We cleaned it out. We started cleaning everything up with the rust in the little corners. There is a little bit here in this corner still. It's not that important right now. Again, the carpet right here can be pulled up super easy. It's not that hard. But we got everything cleaned up rust-wise on the seams. We got the little spare tire thing taken out. And now we got a RamCharger filled with Kilmat. So next is carpet and interior, and then we'll go from there. Now that we've said all of that, and we've talked for your ear off for this long, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. and we'll see y'all in the next one.